In this lesson, we are going to learn how to split the dataset into train and test. In splitting dataset step, we are going to split the dataset we read into train and test datasets. We will then use train dataset for model training and test dataset in model evaluation. We do this to validate how well our model is predicting outcomes when run on a new data, the data which was not part of its training. We are going to split it with a 80-20% ratio, where train dataset will have 80% of main dataset and test dataset will have 20% of main dataset. If you already have a separate dataset apart from your training dataset, then you can skip this step. The purpose of this step is only to have a new data to evaluate your model. So back to our notebook. Now we are going to split the data frame into train and test. So before we do that, let's do one more show run on data frame. Okay. So this is our data frame. Now we are going to split it. I will just add a comment to separate this step from the previous one. Splitting data into train and test. Okay. Before we are going to split, I am going to create few variables. Okay. So the first variable I am going to create is target variable. This will be column drug, the outcome one. The second one will be split weights. This column will have the ratio with which we are going to divide our datasets. So as we are going to divide with an 80-20% ratio, this is defined as 0.80 and 0.20. The third variable is sampling seed. This can be any random integer value. So let's give it a value 10. Okay. So we declare our variables. Now let's go ahead and split. So we will specify the output datasets. And to split, we are going to use a random split function of Spark. This function takes two parameters. The first one is split weights and the second one is sampling seed. The point to note here is that the first output dataset you are specifying will be having the ratio which is specified in the first index of the split weight, that is 0.80. And the second output dataset we are specifying will have the ratio of second index. So let's go ahead and run this. Now we have train and test dataset. Go and validate. So we got 164 rows. We got 36 rows. Now validating the count is not just enough. We would also like to see the distribution of data in this split datasets. To see the distribution, we need to group by target variable and calculate the distribution value. Now before we do that, we will need few functions in that. So we are going to import it. So we will need count, we will need round, we may need sum, and we are going to use call. Okay. Now let's calculate the distribution of training dataset. So we are going to group by target variable. Then we will calculate the count. We will give this variable an alias. Now we'll calculate a new column, distribution. In this, we are going to divide column count by training rows. So for that, we'll first define training rows. So train rows equals to train df dot count. We'll come back, give train rows, and we are going to multiply it by 100. Okay, then also round it off, so that round it off to 2. Just verify the brackets. Okay. Now we'll order by category, that is target variable, and we will do a show. Okay, so this is the distribution of data in trained data set. Okay, so we can see we have all the 5 categories and we have a distribution of 10.37% for drug A, 8.54% for drug B, 9.15 for drug C, 26.22 for drug X, and 45.73 for drug Y. Similarly, we are going to figure out the distribution for test data set. So we're going to replace few things. Test rows, test df, test, and again test here. This all looks good. Now go ahead and run it. Now for this, we see the distribution as that we have got drug A as 16.67, drug B as 5.56, drug C as 2.78, drug X as 30.56, and drug Y as 44.44. Now this is the distribution of test dataset. If we look at it and compare this with training dataset distribution, we will notice that even though test dataset is just 20%, the random split function has distributed this data in such a way that we have all the categories in the test dataset as well. And distribution of those test categories is quite similar to what we have in training dataset. So we can also go ahead and check for rows. So let's check data for few rows. So this is training dataset. And this is test dataset. Before we proceed further, we need to understand one very important aspect of data split in Spark. That by default, the split which we are performing, it will always not be consistent in nature. Okay, let's see with an example first. So this is the split we performed, okay. Now let's take a screenshot of this, okay. I will save it in MS Paint. Okay, and let's go back. Let's take screenshot of test dataset as well. Go back to Paint. So this is the distribution of training and test dataset in our first split. I'm going to go back to the code and I will perform this split again. Okay, I split it. Then you can see the count has changed. Count has changed. Then I again calculate the distribution. Okay, I will take a screenshot of this. Okay, and I will put it here. Then I will run the same for test dataset again. Okay. So you can see that when I ran the split again, and when I splitted the dataset again, my distribution and my rows changed between training and test dataset. Now why this happened? See, this happened because whenever we load data into the dataset, Spark automatically partitions that data and distribute those partitions across different nodes. Now these partitions are the basic unit of parallelism in Spark. Okay, so when we raise a split request or when we run the split function, what happens is that Spark is going and refetching that data from those partitions and then it is sorting that data again. So even if you have mentioned a random seed, it will give you a new split every time. Okay, so if you want a consistent split, that you want my split should always be same. Okay, so what can I do to resolve that issue is I can repartition the base dataset which I am going to split before splitting the dataset. So come back to the program, and before we split the dataset, repartition it, specify a repartition value. This repartition value is based upon your data. If you have huge volume of data, then you will have to choose number of partitions in which that data can survive. So in my case, I don't have a big data set, so I will repartition into 4 partitions. I will run this again. Okay. Now I will again take the train distribution. Okay, I will take this in a different paint. Okay, similarly I will take it for test dataset. Okay, let's take a screenshot of this, and so after repartitioning, this is the result of my split 1. Now I will perform a split second time. Go back. I will run this again. Then I will run this again. Okay, I will again take this screenshot and we'll take it back to my paint. Now this time you can see my split is exactly same. I will do the same for test dataset too. Okay. See, exactly same. So if we want a consistent split every time we are running the code, then we need to repartition the dataset before we are performing this split. Now in this as well, there is one more advice. See, this part will only work if you are taking a consistent number of nodes. That is, if you remember, we created a Spark cluster with 2 worker nodes. Now if you will run this same code in the future again on a 3 worker nodes, then you will not get the same result which you are getting on 2 worker nodes, because the underlying partitions are now distributed in 3 worker nodes. So you will only get the consistent value if you will create a 2 worker nodes cluster. So if you don't want that to happen, there are still 2 options to achieve that. You can take only the partition column in this and repartition it to a single partition. So in that ways, it will not matter how many worker nodes you have. Or you can perform a manual split where you are distributing the rows of the categories with some logic. So that will stay consistent. That means that you will not be using random split function. So this is something to take a note of, to identify that this is what we are going to do and this is what is happening inside when we are doing a random split. So for our future exercise, what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead with this last one where we are getting a consistent split. So I am going to perform further model build and features creation on this train dataset. So with this, we have finished the train and test dataset in Spark.